Hello to all my dear friends. Today I want to talk about a topic that may have kept many of you up at night, but you probably haven't even dared to discuss it with your closest friend. Today, without any embarrassment, I want to talk about size and the hidden realities of men's physicality. Look, I know that right now many of you are mentally holding a ruler and constantly comparing yourselves to what you see on social media or in movies. But let me reveal a big secret right from the start. 90% of the statistics you see on the internet and 99% of the positions you think are ideal are actually just big commercial lies. The way you measure yourself is most likely completely wrong as well. There are specific global protocols for this, and if they're not followed, the measurement can be off by as much as 5 centimeters. A 5 centimeter difference can mean moving from below average to above average. But my main warning is something else entirely. I'm here today to tell you why buying those pills, lotions, and expensive satellite devices not only waste your money, but can also cause scar tissue or permanent internal injuries that could actually lead to a real shortening of your organ. You heard that right? The effort you put into getting bigger, if done carelessly, can actually backfire. At the end of this video, I'll also teach you a completely scientific, free and risk-free method that's already hidden within your own body. A method that, without surgery, can release 2 to 3 centimeters of your hidden length. So this video is going to put an end to your anxieties once and for all and separate fact from fiction. So if you want to know why room temperature or even the amount of fat under your belly is the real hero of this story, stay with me until the very last second. Let's be a little honest with each other. We all know that bad feeling when we're at the pool or the gym and we unconsciously compare ourselves to others. That feeling of what if I'm not enough, or what if my partner isn't satisfied with me. This psychological pressure, especially in today's world where we're bombarded with manipulated images, has turned into a huge monster. In the clinic, there are many clients, tall, muscular, and successful men, who when they get to the examination section say with a trembling voice, "I'm willing to give up all my possessions just to be a little bigger." When they are examined, to everyone's surprise, it turns out that not only are they not small, but they are actually completely within the normal range or even above average. This is where we encounter something called body dysmorphia. It means that your mind sees an image in the mirror that is different from your physical reality. This is exactly like that girl who is very thin but sees herself as overweight in the mirror. In the world of men, this disorder also causes you to focus on a specific body part and tie all your self-confidence, ability to form relationships, and even your daily happiness to it. Let me give you a real example. One of my clients was a 35-year-old man who, because of this anxiety, had not entered into any romantic relationship for 3 years. He said that he was afraid someone would see his body and make fun of him. When I examined him, I realized that he just had a bit of extra weight in his lower abdomen, and that had caused part of the length of his organ to be buried under layers of fat. He had been living in his own mental prison for all these 3 years, even though there was nothing wrong with him physically. The point is, our brain is our most powerful sexual organ. If our brain is convinced that there's a problem, even if we perform perfectly, we won't enjoy it. You are not alone in this moment. There are thousands of men who might be watching this video right now and feeling exactly the same as you do. I'm here today to tell you that your body is a whole unit. You are not just a single organ. You are a combination of muscles, blood vessels, nerves, and most importantly, a personality. Many of you, when you get home, tired from work and stress, look in the mirror and feel defeated. But did you know that chronic stress causes your blood vessels to constrict, making your organ appear smaller than it actually is when at rest? In other words, the very anxiety you have about being small actually makes you appear even smaller. This is a vicious cycle that today I intend to break for you with science and logic. Dear friends, I know how difficult it is to talk about this subject, but let's create a safe space right here in the comments section. I want to ask you a question and please answer honestly. How many times have you avoided a social or emotional situation because of this issue? Or let me put it more simply, have you ever spent money on size enhancement products that had no effect at all? Right, yes, or I've had that experience. Why do I want to know this? Because when you read each other's comments, we realize that this is a common concern and you're not alone. This collective awareness is the first step to overcoming that damned anxiety. Also, if you think this video breaks harmful taboos and helps men make peace with themselves, be sure to hit the like button. Your like helps this video reach people who might right now be searching for dangerous surgical methods and need to hear these truths. I also have a technical question. In your opinion, what is the most important factor in a successful relationship? size, technique, or emotional intimacy? Be sure to write your thoughts in the comments. I read them all and we'll talk about them in future videos. Now that we've broken the ice, let's get to the main part: how to properly measure ourselves and learn those 3 golden and free methods to visually increase size. Did you know that most men underestimate their length by at least 2 centimeters because they don't measure it correctly? The first thing we need to learn is the correct way to measure. A lot of men just grab a ruler and measure from where the skin starts. This is completely wrong. The scientific standard method used in urology studies is to measure from the pubic bone. You need to press the ruler all the way in until it reaches the bone. Why? Because there's a layer of fat under the skin that hides part of the length. The measurement should be taken when fully erect or in a stretched state. If you're in a cold room or feeling stressed, your blood vessels contract and the result won't be accurate. Remember, the real number is what you measure from the bone to the very tip. But why is it that even if you gain 3 centimeters, you might still feel dissatisfied? Before making any changes, you need to figure out whether the issue is with your body or with your self-image. Small penis anxiety is a serious psychological disorder. If you constantly think about surgery even though your size is normal, your problem won't be solved with a scalpel because it's your brain that keeps telling you it's not enough. I always recommend talking to a counselor before taking any physical action. Lengthening surgeries carry terrifying risks such as permanent impotence or loss of sensation. Is it really worth losing sexual pleasure forever for just 1 centimeter? Definitely not. Your mind needs to learn to accept you as a complete man, not just as a number on a ruler. Alright, the first method, a natural surgery by losing weight. The secret that fitness coaches don't tell you: how to change your size by burning belly fat. Many men, when they reach their 30s or 40s, feel like their manhood has gotten smaller, but the truth is it hasn't actually shrunk, it's just buried under belly fat. There's an area called the FPA, or fat pad, above the pubic bone. When you gain weight, this fat layer thickens and wraps around the base of your organ like a sheath. For every 5 to 10 kilograms of weight loss, you can reveal about 1.5 to 2 centimeters of your hidden length again. This means that without any cost and just with exercise and a protein diet, you can experience a real size increase. This isn't surgery, it's reclaiming what you already had. The second method, grooming and visual management. A simple trick that gives you unbelievable results in just 2 minutes. It may seem simple, but managing the pubic hair has an amazing visual effect. When this area is thick and crowded, due to a well-known optical illusion, the length of the organ appears shorter. Carefully grooming and tidying up this area makes the body lines clearer and allows the full length from the base to the tip to be seen. And the third method is stress management and relaxation of smooth muscles. Male tissues are made up of smooth muscles. When you are anxious, your sympathetic nervous system is activated and contracts these muscles. These muscles cause your organ to retract. Men who are constantly under stress appear much smaller than their actual size when at rest. Meditation exercises, deep breathing, and even aerobic exercises that improve blood flow help relax the smooth muscles. When blood flows easily through the tissues, the organ remains in its natural state and, as they say, appears fuller. This is a real physiological effect, not an illusion. Warning about magic pills and potions. The money you throw down the drain is actually exposing the billion-dollar scams of supplements. Let me put your mind at ease once and for all. There is no pill, ointment, or potion in the world that can increase the length of your bones or tissues just by taking or applying it. If such a thing existed, it would be announced in all the scientific news around the world by now. These advertisements are just exploiting basic human biology. Some supplements might improve the quality of arousal and make you feel like you've gotten bigger, but they don't actually increase the real length of the tissue. Instead of spending money on these superstitions, invest in your nutrition and blood circulation. Let's review this one more time. We learned how to use a scientific ruler and by pressing against the pubic bone, find our body's real measurement. We also found out that belly fat is the biggest thief of penile length, and by losing weight, we can work wonders. We learned how grooming and stress management can change the way we see ourselves in the mirror and in our minds. But the most important point I want you to take home today is that your anxiety is the enemy of your pleasure. If you spend all your time thinking about centimeters, you're missing out on what really matters: intimacy and pleasure. Your brain is your most powerful driving force. If you strengthen your mind with exercise, reading, and self-confidence, you'll be an amazing partner in any situation and at any size. And remember, at the beginning of the video I mentioned there's a free way to unlock more length. That method is a combination of weight loss and mental acceptance. When you clear your body of fat and your mind of toxic thoughts, that's when you'll realize you're already enough just as you are. You are a complete human being with all the abilities a man should have. Don't let the porn industry or supplement advertisements change your definition of masculinity. Masculinity lies in the strength of your spirit, in the power of kindness, and in your physical health. I hope this video has been helpful for you. Don't miss the upcoming videos. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.